The night was quiet, too quiet, like the world was holding its breath. Laura stood still in her room, her heart beating so fast it felt like it would jump out of her chest. Her hands were shaking, but she did not know why. Maybe it was fear, maybe it was hope, or maybe it was the sound in her head, the sound that had always lived inside her. A song. Not just any song, but her song. She closed her eyes and held her headphones tightly, like they were the only thing keeping her alive. The walls of her room were big and beautiful. The floor was shiny. Everything in the house looked expensive. Anyone who entered will say, "This is a rich home." But Laura felt poor inside. Very poor. She was fair, beautiful, with smooth skin that glowed even in the dim light. Her body was curvy and strong, shaped like a woman who carried both softness and power. People often stared at her when she walked past, but no one knew what she carried in her heart. Her family wealth came from her grandmother, a powerful woman who had built a great business long before Laura was born. When the grandmother passed away, she left everything to her parents. Big houses, cars, money that never seemed to finish. Yet, none of that money could buy Laura what she wanted most: freedom. Her love for singing was not new. It started when she was very small. Before she could read, she could sing. Before she could write, she could hum melodies that made people stop and listen. But there was one person who hated that sound: her mother. "Laura!" her mother shouted from downstairs. "What are you doing again?" Laura froze. She slowly removed the headphones from her ears. "I'm studying," Laura replied softly. Her mother's footsteps climbed the stairs fast. Each step felt like a drum beating against Laura's chest. The door flew open. Her mother stood there, tall and proud, wearing expensive clothes and a hard face. Her eyes moved around the room like they were searching for a crime. Then she saw it, the lyric notebook. Her mother walked closer and picked it up. She flipped through the pages, words written with love, sleepless nights, dreams pressed into paper. "What is this rubbish?" her mother asked. Laura swallowed. "They are my songs." Her mother laughed, but it was not a happy laugh. "Ha ha, singing again. How many times must I tell you? Singing is a waste of time." Laura's voice shook. "Mom, please, it makes me happy." "Happiness does not put food on the table," her mother snapped. "Science does. You will be a great scientist. That is final." Before Laura could react, her mother grabbed the headphones from the bed. "No!" Laura cried. Her mother threw them hard against the wall. They broke. The sound of plastic cracking felt like something breaking inside Laura too. Then her mother tore the lyric notebook, page by page. Each tear was slow, painful. Laura screamed and rushed forward, but it was too late. Her mother dropped the torn pages on the floor. "I spent money on your school, not nonsense dreams. This ends today." She walked out and slammed the door. Laura fell to her knees. Those headphones were not bought with family money. She had saved for months, skipped snacks, missed sleep, walked quietly. Those lyrics were written with tears, hope, and long nights. Now everything was gone, or so it seemed. Laura gathered the torn pages with trembling hands. Some words were missing, some lines were broken, just like her heart. She did not cry loudly, she cried silently. After a while, she stood up and walked outside the house. The night air was cold, but she did not feel it. She sat by the gate and tried to glue the torn lyrics together. Her hands were dirty, her eyes were red. That was when a car stopped. A woman stepped out. She was tall, rich-looking, with curvy body and confidence in her walk. Her skin shone softly under the streetlight. Her name was Miss Fiona. She was Laura's teacher. "Laura," Miss Fiona asked gently, "what are you doing here so late?" Laura tried to hide the papers, but it was too late. Miss Fiona knelt beside her. "Tell me the truth." Laura's voice broke as she spoke. She told her everything: the songs, the headphones, her mother's anger, her broken dream. Miss Fiona listened without interrupting. When Laura finished, Miss Fiona smiled softly and said words that would change everything. "Come to my house anytime you want to sing or write. Your voice deserves a place to live." Laura looked up shocked. "Really?" she asked. Miss Fiona nodded. "You can do everything if you set your mind." From that night on, Laura began to lie to survive her dream. "I'm going to hang out with my friends," she would say, but she was going to Miss Fiona's house. 2 years passed. 2 years of secret practice. 2 years of growth. Then, one day, a big announcement shook the city. The Z&S talent hunt had begun, and Laura's destiny was waiting. The day of the Z&S talent hunt came quietly, like it was hiding something big. Laura stood in front of the mirror early that morning. She looked at herself for a long time. Her fair skin glowed softly. Her curvy body was wrapped in a simple but beautiful dress. She did not look like the rich girl people expected. She looked like a dream waiting to breathe. Her hands were shaking. "What if I fail?" she whispered to herself. She remembered the torn lyrics on the floor, the broken headphones, her mother's hard voice. Then she remembered Miss Fiona's words: "You can do everything if you set your mind." Laura took a deep breath. She stepped out of the house quietly. The hall for the talent show was huge. Bright lights, big chairs, many people. Some were dancing, some were playing instruments, some were showing skills that made the crowd cheer loudly. Laura sat at the back, holding the microphone tightly. Her name was called. "Laura!" Her heart almost stopped. She walked slowly to the stage. Every step felt heavy. The room became silent. No music, no noise, just eyes watching her. She felt shy. Her mouth went dry. For a moment, she wanted to run. Then she closed her eyes. She started slowly. Her voice came out soft, like a whisper carried by the wind. People leaned forward. The room stayed quiet. Then something changed. The rhythm took her. Her voice grew stronger, fuller, rich with emotion. Every word carried pain, hope, and love. Her body moved gently with the sound. Her curves flowed with the song, like the music lived inside her. Some people felt goosebumps. Some people felt tears in their eyes. Some people forgot to breathe. Laura was no longer afraid. She sang like someone who had lost everything and found it again. When she sang the final line, her voice rose hard and clear. Silence. Then the whole hall exploded. People stood up. They clapped. Some shouted her name. Some cried. The judges looked at each other in shock. Laura stood there, breathing hard. She had done it. She won. The announcer smiled widely. "Laura is the winner of the Z&S talent hunt." She received 10 million naira and something even greater, a music studio, a real one. Laura used it wisely. She opened a place where young people could come and learn singing. Poor or rich, it didn't matter. She taught them with kindness, just like Miss Fiona taught her. People traveled from far places to hear her voice. Her songs healed hearts. Her name became known. And her mother? Her mother watched everything from a distance. People whispered, People judged. People remembered how she tried to kill a child's dream. Her punishment was not loud. It was silence. She lived in a big house with money but no pride. She had wealth but no joy. Every time Laura's voice played on the radio, it reminded her of what she destroyed and could never take back. Laura forgave her, but she never forgot, because dreams are fragile, and once broken, they leave scars. Moral lesson: a child's dream is not a toy. When you destroy it, you destroy the future, but when you protect it, the world may change.